We are starting our new campaign, and this campaign is called Family Under Construction. Why that name? Because we consider that the families are not yet done? In some way, yes. And as well because a construction like a building, something as beautiful and as nicer as we have in this beautiful church, St. Peter's Church in Yonkers, is something that is not easy to do. And that's why we call this campaign today Family Under Construction. The family we can consider is like a big, difficult construction. And in any construction, we need plans. We need an architect. We need someone that has that idea, something in mind that is beautiful, and it's able to put it in a piece of paper. That's the divine architect, God. God is the architect of our family, the one that is giving us these beautiful plans to develop. But in a construction, you not only need an architect, you need as well the engineers, the ones that are there, in the construction site. Who are the engineers in the family? The parents. The parents are given the task by God to read that plan and to put it into practice and to build that beautiful thing like this beautiful church. But of course, you need more than an engineer or two engineers. In order to build a family, we need the masons, we need the electricians, we need many more people. Who are they? All the members in the family. All the members in the family are the ones that are there building the family. Each one has a different role, a different mission, but we all together are there in order to build that beautiful thing that is our family. In the families, especially in these days, we don't only have the parents and the sons or daughters or the children, but many times as well we have with us, our grandfather, our grandmother, or other relatives. They as well are part of the family, and we should give to them not only our gratitude, not only their respect, but as well we need to allow them to have the mission that they have. They have a mission as well. It's true that they already accomplished part of the mission, but they continue to have a mission. What are we building? Are we just building a home? No, not only a home. We're not just building a place for people to stay. We're just not building a place where there is a common freezer from where the people take the food out. No. We're building something else. We're building a real home, a place where the family is love, and when there is love between the members of the family. If there is no such love, maybe we're just building a hotel, maybe just a place where the people stay, but they are not love, and they don't show that love. In any construction, there are some safety rules, some rules that they all need to follow. And we could say, following the comparison, that in our construction, in the construction of the family, there are as well some rules. The first rule is the mutual respect. In any construction, we can imagine that the architect needs to respect the engineers. The engineers need to respect the masonry on the people that are working in the electricity. There needs to be a respect. If they don't respect each other, it's going to be impossible, very difficult, that there's going to be a nice building at the end. In our family, we need to build with mutual respect. And the mutual respect comes because we all the members in the family, we're all sons of God. We all have the same dignity. It is true, we have different roles, but the dignity is the same. The dignity comes from God that has created each one of us. Second rule, second safety rule for this construction is obedience. The engineers, they need to obey what is in the plans. The people working with the bricks and mortar, they need to obey what the engineers, they tell you on how to do it. The electricians, they need to obey, again, the plans and the master. Well, the same in our family. The obedience, it's a very key, important role, something that is important to be in the family. But it's obedience out of service. It's an obedience that is there to serve and to love the others. It's just not just obedience just because I told you. No, it's an obedience to the master plan, to the God's plan for the family. Next rule, responsibility. Each member of the family has a different role, and each member of the family needs to accomplish that role. The roles are different, but they all need to fulfill that role. Responsibility is to build together in the family. Next of the rules is the communication. When there is a fire, we need to communicate so that the ambulance can come to our family. Communication is not only to talk, it's to listen to the others. Communication is not only to say what I have, but to read what I'm not saying, but I'm saying in some way or another. We can imagine impossible a construction without communication. We can imagine that the engineers, they don't talk to the architect, or that the electrician, they don't talk to the one that is putting the bricks on the building. They need to talk. They need to communicate. They need to understand what is going on, who is going first and who is going second on the construction. Communication, it's very important. And I would say that one of the big problems that we have in our families today is the lack of communication. Why? Number one, because we don't give the time to communicate. We don't communicate. We don't allow the time to talk to the others. We assume the things, but we don't communicate well each other. Communication, it's one of the key important roles that we need to in our family. Communication is such an important thing that we all need to strive and work hard in order to communicate better. The next safety rule would be the patience. A church like this one that we have in front of us was not built in a day, not even in a year. To construct, to build a family needs time, needs patience. Sometimes even could be difficulties. Sometimes even we could have an accident. But if there is a real family, we'll cure those that are sick. We'll go after the one that had the accident and we'll help them to get it back. The next rule is the eternal love, real love. Love that is shown to the others. It's not enough to think that I love. I need to tell the others, I love you. You matters to me. So many times in the family, we do things out of love, but we don't say to the others, I love you, we love you. When was the last time yet you told your children, I love you, I really love you? Even if you mess it up, even if it's difficult, I love you. In summary, love. That's the safety rule, the only rule. Why love? Because the architect, God, is love. And in order to build a family, what we need is love, real love. And the real love is the one that is not looking for himself or for herself, but is really giving everything to the others. It's not only enough to love my children, but they need to know that they are loved. St. John Bosco said. St. Teresa of Calcutta used to say that the most grievous and the most difficult sick to be cured is not the cancer, it's not the tuberculosis, it's the lack of love in the families. Love that is shown when we are there. To be there for those who are in need. To allow myself to give time to the ones in my family. How many times we see families that are broken. And maybe the parents are working very hard for the family. They are having 2 jobs, but they are not giving to the family the time that the family needs. Be there. How important is that? Listen. To listen to the others. To build a family, we need to listen to each other a lot. And finally, to trust. Trust in the others. Education, to educate our children, is to trust them. It is true, they will have mistakes. It is true that they will do things that we shouldn't do it. But it's the only way, if we trust them out of love, that they will be able to know, they will be able to build something better. Many times we think that the young people of our days, they're all broken. We may think that the youth people of our days is going to be terrible for the future. If we go back thousands of years in the history, the same could be said. Socrates, 400 years before Christ, used to say, our youth is lacking the most basic education. They don't respect the authority. They don't respect the elders. Our children today are the bad things that are going to happen for us in the future. They are bad. That was 400 years before Christ. And there are many other quotes that we can say. I can repeat. The youth, they are the future of our family. They are not a problem. It is true that sometimes it's a challenge to communicate with them. But what is the youth? It's all those questions that I have in my heart. A youth, it's someone that has more questions than answers. That is asking himself or herself every day, who am I? Who am I in the world? Where is God? Why the evil? Those questions and many other ones are the same questions that you as an adult, that me as an adult we have. We have many things in common with the youth. It is true that sometimes could be a challenge to talk to them. It is true that sometimes maybe there is a different culture, but we're not far away because the questions are the same, the ones that they have, the ones that we have. Let's build these families. Let's continue to build a family, knowing that it's God, the one that is helping us. Is God the one that is the cornerstone of the church? Is God the one that is giving us the strength that we need? But not only the strength, He's giving us as well His grace, His love. When we've got God in the family, in the midst of our family, we'll be able to build a beautiful family. Not easy, but possible. And that's why we say the families are under construction. Your family, my family, they are under construction. But here we are to help each other. Here we are to receive God's grace in order to make it happen.